Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson.
Number 22, Justin Jackson.
The numbers for Jackson in last week's game: 18 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
When you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
This pass finds its way to Williams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. As he throws there, incomplete.
Herbert's pass intended for.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple, and that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards brings up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, fun on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Joe Reed, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. That'll be taken in by Anderson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Complete. It's Henry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Jackson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Here's Herbert. It's complete. Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
8-yard line.
Now that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. 22 yards there, a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Herbert back to the air. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the
Herbert operating from the red zone. And caught by Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 1st and goal from the 6. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Herbert's pass.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
3rd and goal.
That's going to be caught by Reed for a Charger touchdown. Joe Reed, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, Locke on the slant, completes to Sutton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Brings up 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Kenneth Murray in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. Jackson. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open man, it's Allen. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run on first down with Jackson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ty Long now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Here's King. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him.
Even trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. This is the tight end fan. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On third down, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is something.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 19.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the left side. It's Jackson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. 4 yards remain for second down.
39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Mike.
He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll make it third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
7-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They'll try the left side. Jackson, he takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Jackson, the ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
Herbert has thrown an interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. After the turnover, here's Locke. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
23-yard line.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
But now it'll be 3rd down. And the blitz does come. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Good. That ties the game 6.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Jackson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw on 3rd down, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Keanu Neal brought him down. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Locke completes it to Fant on the right side. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Drew Lock sacked.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up
the Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Herbert's pass.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9. Quickly to Judy. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Melvin Gordon, the ball carrier.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Down at the 43-yard line.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Locke. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Ball carrier.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, it's Jackson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On second down now. It's Jackson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dirk Denard. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down the 47-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Hireman. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Lock to throw. Fighting through pressure. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
At their own 3.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. A gain of 6 there on first. Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry.
6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
3-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep fighting.
He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
That's another Chargers first down.
So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going